Every house needs a sticker that says, "Bring them back now." So every time you come in or go out, you're reminded, this is how we live. We are a community and a country in crisis. On October 7th, like everyone else, I was just trying to survive. Because of my background and experience, I was able to do a little more. I started mobilizing help.
Nira Shpak served as a senior officer in the IDF and as a lawmaker of the Knesset parliament for the Yesh Atid centrist party. During the October 7 massacre and the days that followed, in her kibbutz Kfar Aza, she set up an operation center in her home's reinforced room from which she helped save some of her fellow kibbutz members.
You hold the door handle while someone on the other side is trying to force it open. This door, like the windows, isn't designed to withstand gunfire or stop terrorists.
2 weeks ago, like half the residents of Kfar Aza, Nira Shpak was evacuated from Shfaim to Kibbutz Ruchama, just a few kilometers away from home. To her, the state didn't function back then and still doesn't.
Listen to the absurdity. I lived in Kfar Aza. I built a home. I had gas service. Do you know I have to pay for the connection again here? Why am I paying twice?
Only public pressure can restore life to normal and bring the hostages back home, she argues.
In a democratic country, we're not subjects. We're a deposit. When you deposit something, you're supposed to preserve it at least in its original condition, or even improve it. Our deposit has been murdered, raped, kidnapped, burned, uprooted from its home. Businesses have closed. There's violence, drugs, suicides. Shall I go on? What have you done today to bring the hostages back?
The first thing I did for the hostages was to keep my mouth shut, instead of taking to the streets and sabotaging a deal. Don't preach to me.
We met Nira Shpak following the heated argument between her and Likud Party Knesset member.
These divisive messages, they rely on violence, intimidation, and hatred. Those tactics resonate the most.
The support of the US administration, which places responsibility on Hamas for delays in the negotiations for the release of the hostages and for ending the war, helps Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to deflect public criticism over the absence of a deal.
He didn't absolve Netanyahu's government. Let's look at the facts. What happened when agreements were reached and when they were stopped? When did Netanyahu intervene and disrupt the process? The heads of Israel's security agencies say the conditions are ripe, that they know how to protect the country. And yet it doesn't help. Netanyahu's narrative is more effective. His mechanisms work better. What can we do? What's happening, Jackie? Jackie lost his daughter on October 7th, and he's holding up fine. Why? Because he's fighting. We all need to fight.
To Nira Shpak, the wounds won't heal until a state commission of inquiry is established and a thorough investigation is conducted, not just into these claims, but also into the military and political failures that led to the October 7 massacre 1 year and 3 months ago.
I refuse to adapt to this. I want to take down those stickers, embrace the survivors, bury those who need to be buried, and give life back to those who can still reclaim it. It's not simple. This is what the state must demand of the government: accountability.